long and exhausting afternoon. Every 3 days, it's required that you go in to be monitored and tracked. Every 3 days, it's required that you go in to be monitored and tracked. Um, Getting bigger. Um, they measured at 8. So it seems I have a bad connection. All right. Looks like I might be back up. Can't even focus, hardly. Yeah, just heavy. So heavy, I forgot to wash my hands. Be right back. My bad, my bad. I'm so distracted and so overwhelmed, I forgot to wash my hands. Ooh, pray my strength. Have mercy. All right, 2 powders. They doubled my dosage so that they can force these follicles to grow. I knew what I was in for, but of course, you never know how that's going to feel. Hey, you, who was that watching? You never know how you're going to feel until you're in the zone. You can talk all kinds of trash, and say what you would do and what you ain't going to do and how you're going to handle it. And you can't handle nothing until you're getting handled and fight back to handle it. So, boop boop on that. I'm exhausted. Like, I'm physically exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm emotionally exhausted. I just feel like somebody I feel like have you ever seen kangaroos fight? I feel like a kangaroo just hopped up on his tail and kicked me with all 4 of his legs. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I just hope that, hey, Zelanis. I hope I said that right. Hey, Zelanis. Said, ouch. Yeah. A kangaroo boxing is some serious business. You ought to catch that on YouTube. I know that this is all going to be worth it. I know that me and Chipmunk are going to be sailing and just on cruise control. I know that. I believe that. But getting this baby here is quite a challenge that I'm up for. So once I increase these meds, they want to see me back on Monday, first thing Monday, and they're going to check all my levels again to see if this is my first round of IVF. Yes, and see to make sure that these follicles are growing. So I feel very confident with my doctor. I feel very confident about my IVF nurses. I have 3 nurses, 2 of which I see very, kind of often. 1 more so much, but I just feel very comfortable and very great about the staff. I got scared. I got scared when I saw that you know, when I heard her say, you guys caught it in my earlier video if you watched, I heard her say, we want them to get to 15, 20, preferably 20. And I'm just at, as of the other day, an 8. With today's measurements, they couldn't really tell, so we don't know really what I'm at. So I'm nervous, but I'm confident that they know what they're doing. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes with injecting all of this. It's not more liquid, it's just more powder. So it's just more it's more concentrated than it would be typically. But I'll take as much as they tell me to take. Because if I want what I want, this is what I got to do. So I'm all in. My heart was just hurt today. My heart hurt. It just really hurt. And then I told myself, and I was trying to ask her, I'm like, okay, I don't really have a reason to be scared. I mean, or worried. It's too early to be this worried. I can increase these meds and wait for the results to come back, and it's still time, to make all of this happen. So I think something became real for me today. I think that's what happened. Something in that ultrasound, and then something during that consultation with my nurse, it just became so real. And it was like, this is it. Like, tell your body to do what it needs to do. I'm like, oh God. Tell it. So using a Q cap, much easier. I don't know how I forgot that the first time I used it. Much easier. I think I'm going to get some good rest tonight because I am worn out. I'm even late doing this. I can't even see something that's right in front of my face. Oh, here it is. I think that's why I'm taking my time, because we want no errors at all. Somehow this needle seems nothing and everything at all. But I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay encouraged. Plenty of people have done this, but it is my first time doing it. So I'm not going to minimize my experience. I can't, because there is no comparison. I can't do that. So this is all me. And I always have problems with this syringe, but tonight's the last night that I'm going to have an issue with this syringe. Yes, this baby is definitely going to be loved. I love this baby already. Like, just come on and party with me. It's time to be here with mommy now. Ah, you are so right. I already love this baby. And I just want to share my life with this baby. I do. I think that's what's keeping me from crying right now. I'm just I'm overexcited about the possibilities and everything. Yes, that's right. Much closer. Much, much closer. All true. All true. The needle is getting me closer every time. Much closer. That's why I'm not gonna hesitate to do nothing that I'm asked to do. You gotta work for what you want. You gotta, and I'm gonna do that. This is the first of 2 injections. Even side. I forget what side I'm on today. I'm on the left side today. I believe that I would be able to, yes, to answer your question, I believe I would be able to get an epidural with no problems. So far, there's been no talk about why I wouldn't, but I don't want one. Can you believe it? I don't want one. I'm just, I want to be as natural as I possibly can until they say, Kimberly, you can't do that. So I wanted a midwife and a birthing pool at home, and the maternal fetal medicine doctor said, hell no. I'm like, okay, tell a 45-year-old woman the real deal. So he thought that was funny. I didn't. Okay, went in just fine, no problem. I've been dehydrated because my skin will stick it to the needle. We'll see. I don't think that's the issue because it went in so good, so smooth. So I've been drinking a lot of water today to help with that. Do you have baby names? Why, yes, I do. This is a great distraction, I promise you. Recording this and also obviously going live. The water is working. I'm not as dehydrated as I was. But that is a little sore. I do have baby names. One that I hold very close to my heart. If it's a girl, I want to name her after my grandmother. So I've created something very unique, yet not too random around my grandmother's name. If it's a boy, I want to give him a partial of my father's name. And the baby will have my last name, so that'll be part of my father too. But these names are safely tucked in my heart until I meet my child and see, okay, does this name actually fit? I would hate to give a name to a child and the name don't fit. So that would be horrible. But I have some others as backup that I like. Yes, good questions. I need to massage this. So I want to talk about right quick injection site soreness. It's a good thing that I'm switching sides every day because I'm seeing now that the soreness will develop over time and it's hard to inject where it's already sore. So switching sides is like a good idea. And I move over a couple of fingers every time. So if I have to give 3 shots on this side, I move over like a good finger every time, a good finger width. Okay. So on to shot 2, which is Stim, jumping up from 150 to 300, which is not bad. Whatever works. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize my mess over here so I can be clean and clear. Oh, maybe I should get all this sticky. So it is possible that I'm not going to get all of my dosage in this one. If I don't, I'll have to turn around and give myself what will be the 4th injection, because this is about to be number 3 for the day. So I'll know if it's not enough, because when I push the pen all the way in and that number dials back down, that number should dial back down to 0. If it doesn't dial back down to 0, the number that's left on there is the number that I did not get. So if I push this all the way to 300 and I push it all the way in and it says 25, that means I got to do 25 more units. Big fun for a big healthy baby. I'm here for it again. I know this can be complicated, and I know this can be overwhelming, which is why some people just won't do it. But I mean, I'm not complaining about any of this, but doing this every day, day to day, it does not mean that you can just like slide by it. You really have to pay attention, and I really got to focus. So, and plus I gave myself an overdosage of Del estrogen. That was interesting. I was paranoid about how it would affect me, and it wasn't negative. It just shot my libido up. Do women have a libido? Yeah, I was hot under the collar. I was a little heated. That was a lot going on. Okay, so in case this is not enough, I have a vial waiting. There's more Follistim in here. I'll have to reload the pen. So, alrighty. Let's twist and see. I've kind of lost count of what was in here because my dosage dropped so low. $300. Alrighty. Let's see. Make sure I see a little teardrop. Yep, I got it without losing any product. I think I want to swab again. Oh, goodness. I really need to relax. I'm not relaxing. I need to. How many days do you have of injecting yourself? I'm on day 8 of an estimate of 14. So if at day 14 the follicles have not grown, they will keep me going. So my nurse told me that she's known women who were extended to 30 days. She said it's rare, but it has happened. So let's hope that this doubling up of my dosage will get me to, they want me at 15 to 20 millimeters measured in the follicles. And last documented I was at 8. Today we are unsure of what they are. But my estrogen levels are great, which is a great indicator. So if I'm on day 8, hopefully I just have the 5 or 6 days left. Let's pray. Okay, that went in easy. It's hot. It feels hot. Let's hope that I got 300 in here. And if not, if I have to do another injection, I got to do another injection. It's hot. Okay, I got to slow down. It's hot. It's hot. It feels hot or it's burning. I don't know. I think I emptied the pen because it was hurt. It came out real smooth. That's a good indicator because I was dehydrated earlier and it came out really smooth. Okay, so I think that I just emptied this pen because it got real firm towards the bottom, but it's at 0, which means I got all the 300. I don't have to do another injection tonight. What I would have if I had to. Zelena says, you are so brave. Oh, thank you. I heard they burn. Yes. So if it doesn't sit outside of the refrigerator long enough, it can burn. It's just a slight burn. It's not, it's noticeable. So if the product is too cold, that's when I feel it. And that was definitely burning. I noticed that my evening shots, I feel more than I do my morning shots. And I don't know if it's because that side has just been worked on so much that it's the soreness, or if it's this, I don't know. It's a combination. But again, it's not horrible. It's not terrifying. It's just noticeable. And then you can't stop because you're doing something. So that burn, you have to just say, okay. Just got to deal with it until the shot's over. And this didn't sit out long. It's been long enough because I'm actually late doing this. I was supposed to do this by 9. At 9, I wasn't ready, y'all. I had to take a nap. And I didn't wake up till 8:30, 8:40, and that wasn't my intention. Feels good to see a couple of y'all sitting there. Thank you. Any questions? I am saving. Yeah, I'm afraid of needles. I am petrified of needles. I have had to get over that doing this. I never watch when nurses give me shots. I've got a slight bruise from today because they ran out of the needles, a certain size of needle. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's a bruise. She took blood today and she's like, I'm sorry, this needle's a little bit bigger. I ran out. So, yeah. Oh, I was going to say that I am saving all of my vials. So far, I have a pen. I'll now have a vial from Stim, but I'm saving all of these. I'm keeping them in a like a memory box that you can get from the craft store. It looks like a decorated shoe box. I'm saving all of that as a memory proof that this baby is going to be oh so loved. I'm just sentimental that way, I guess. Some people don't want to look at it at all, and I can understand that. I want to check this to make sure that it is in fact empty, because none of this product can go to waste. I think that plunger is all the way up there. There's a gray plunger, just like a, see that plunger? It's just like in a syringe, and that plunger is all the way up there. So this will be saved. Oh, that is sweet. Yes, yeah. It's I think why not, you know? So there's some left in here. That plunger is not all the way up there. So this is expensive baby juice, baby making juice. And we're going to load that up for next time. It's in there. And we don't know what's in there. Maybe 300, maybe a little less. So since these are 900 units, I will be able to use this pen 3 times. So that's a good thing. I can always order more, but I think one of my fears is running out of meds, having to order more. My insurance covered a lot of it. There were some that weren't covered, but they were doable out of pocket. But for the most part, I think that's one of my fears. And I think it's legitimate. I try not to give too much life to this fear. So I'm just going to continue to ride. But if I were to be really honest, I'm exhausted. I'm scared. I'm hurt. And there are times when I regret not having had a baby before. There weren't millions of opportunities, or, it wasn't like, I always wanted to be married, in a relationship, married and comfortable and as practical as possible, and then have a baby. And it just didn't happen for me. And then when I started planning, life happened and some things got in the way. And then that relationship ended. And then it's like, okay, it just didn't happen. And then I wouldn't have wanted to be a single unwed mother at that age, whatever age that would have been. But it's almost like I don't want to start thinking about, well, you just should have had a baby, or you should have just, and it's a trick. It's a tricky trick. And I think had I known that I could possibly face some fertility issues, if my mom had shared some medical history with me, I definitely would not have waited. I definitely would not have been like, oh, I can wait. I got time. Not the case. And it's definitely the hormones. Definitely. Don't worry about that. You will get the baby when it is time. I wished I had a baby earlier, but it wasn't my time. And I'm completely am respectful of time and when things should happen. But it hurts. I mean, I'm hurt. I'm just I don't want to say I regret it, but I'm damn close. There were times when I was like, I'm afraid to just, have a baby because I might lose my job. They might not want me. They may be intimidated by the fact that I'm pregnant, and, they might want to, let me go and get someone else who's not pregnant. And I am 4 years younger than you. I understand. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't feel my age. I don't think I look my age. I just am fully focused on it. And I believe it's going to happen. I can see it happening. I see it. I really see it. Oh, you want another baby? Well, let's believe that can happen for you too. If you're 4 years younger, then that probably means you have a few more eggs than me. So, and hopefully they are healthy and you can. I'm in the middle of a divorce, so I do not have one. Single mother. So if I do have one, single mother, okay. Yeah. It's a feat that a lot of people wonder why we would face it and do it voluntarily. I know a lot of people wouldn't just voluntarily be a single mom, but the good thing is that there are alternatives for us. Um, I wanted a known donor. It didn't work out that way. I would have loved to have co-parented with a friend, a good friend, and I would have loved to, um, or would have loved to have had a donor that was around and open, uh, open identification. That did not work. My search did not work. So I had to move on. I had to press forward and find something else. So I'm very satisfied with the donor profile that I've chosen. The donor sperm profile is very detailed. I know history from him to his siblings, to his parents, and his parents' parents on both sides. I know more about the donor than I do about anyone I've dated. So that's very detailed. I even got a personality report on him. So I'll be able to know the traits of my baby and characteristics of my baby. And this is not what I thought I'd be doing. Even though I've known about this for a couple of months now, it's like, but I'm glad I have enough information so that I can know the other half of my child. I will be going the same route. Yeah, I used Seattle Sperm Bank, as in Seattle, Washington. I was satisfied with the customer service. I was satisfied with the details of their profile. I was satisfied with their rates. They were very affordable. When I had to call them, it was very simple. I didn't have to wonder if, my money was going towards someone that didn't have good customer service. I'm very satisfied with the fertility institute that I'm using here in Chicago. And it's a key component to doing something like this. And when I was in the session earlier today, talking with the fertility nurse, she was patient and she was listening and she understood and she saw that I was upset. And she stood up and she waited and she opened her arms to embrace me. And that was the first hug I've had all week. And I saw some friends last weekend, and everything that I've been feeling and everything that I've been going through has been like really heavy. And it's almost like you wear it, and it's like you want, a hug so that you can release that. And it felt comfortable and it felt strange because one, I don't really know her, but she knows exactly where I am and she knows exactly what I'm feeling. And she saw me overcome with, I was trying to pull my intellect out to understand, and I was trying to push my emotions back so that I wouldn't feel like I wasn't catching what she was saying. And it felt really good that she it felt really good that she recognized that I was hurting. I'm just so glad that I chose the right place to go to, because I've heard so many experiences about people going to clinics and institutions and they're taking their money and they're not necessarily getting results, and results are promised to you, but it makes a difference that you feel confident in the people that you hired, and this ain't cheap. And I'm not necessarily putting a dollar amount to the value of what I'm getting, but there is a dollar amount attached to the person and the institution that's providing a professional service. And you have to feel confident in them that they're helping you get where you're trying to be. And then when I left, when I left the facility, my doctor called me. She texted me, I'm sorry. Where the heck I get paged from? God. They paged my doctor or texted her. And she texted me back. She texted me saying, hey, I'm not there, but I understand you. How are you feeling? And it was just it was quick. I was barely out of the office and she texted me. It was just so great. You will be rewarded with sleepless nights in no time. Baby, Doug, I love you. The baby will look up to you and love you like no other. There is a dollar amount and you need great service. Yes, this is a human life. Absolutely. This is about a person, a human being. It's very important. And just that last message alone reminds me of something that someone said to me. Someone said, are you still trying to do this baby thing? I was like, yeah. Well, this baby thing. And I'm like, oh God. It was just like an itch and a tick. It's like, why does she keep saying this baby thing? And with that tone, this baby thing, yes. Family can be some cruel people. Relatives can be some cruel individuals. And you just lie to yourself and you tell yourself that they love you and they're just interested in your well-being and they're concerned. It's bull. Because anyone who loves you and anyone who sees that you want something and anyone who can stop and take a moment to peep through and see that you're working hard to get something, and they say, well, damn, she really does want this baby. Let me be supportive. Let me be cool. Let me not say anything negative. Let me stop calling it a baby thing. How could I hand my baby over to someone who said that? Oh, Kim just sensitive. And that's the type of people that are in my life. And it's just amazing to me, and I see why a lot of the health professionals have said, be careful who you talk about this with, and don't talk about it to so many people who aren't really going to support you. I had my aunt tell me what I am, dooming my children to mental retardation due to having a child over the age of 30. I cried for 3 days. That conversation with my relative was in March. I get it. if anybody knows us, it's our family. And unfortunately, they know the good, the bad, and the indifferent. And when my family talks to me, my relatives talk to me, it's like they're talking to the 14-year-old Kim, the 22-year-old Kim, and the 28-year-old Kim. And I left LA when I was 34. And I've been gone, and I've been living in Chicago on my own since I was 34. I am now 45, and I can't get no respect on my name. It's like, this is what I'm dealing with. And this is all the things that I have to keep pushing out of my mind and have to, keep fighting and not saying. It's like the fight is crazy. It's like a mental fight. And it's like I have more of a desire to keep everything about this positive. And stuff rushing back to your mind like that, it's like I got more to stop thinking about than I do have to believe in myself and believe in this dream and make this dream a reality. It's crazy. Yeah, people have the tendency to say negative things, and sometimes I think they know that what a person could be getting themselves into is not the greatest of situations. But at the same time, there's no perfect situation to get yourself in to do something that you want to do. If I waited for all my ducks to be in a row, I would never cross the street. Never. I would just be standing there. And if I were married, why would she respect this decision more if I was married? Or even would she? I don't get it. It was, the questions were down to, well, who is this doctor? And why are they doing this? And what is this about? And I'm like, well, if Blue Cross Blue Shield is paying for it, obviously I'm not at no back alley situation. The implications and it was like, it was all kind of stuff said out of pocket. And it's just like, it's exhausting to try and this is something we shouldn't do. It's exhausting trying to prove ourselves to someone. It's exhausting and justifying. It's like, I'm at an age where I can say, okay, who the hell are you? I would never say that to an elder. I would never say that to an elder relative. I would never do that. It's almost as if I need to start saying it. There's a whole community of us, yes, women in our 40s that want children, that may not actually have a partner, right? We will be great and we will succeed. Those are very positive words, and that's what I keep telling myself. I'm in a group that is thousands of women who are trying to conceive over the age of 35. And advanced maternal age is almost like a plague that they put on women at age 35. And there are several things that can happen and cause infertility. There are several things that can make fertility difficult. And there are things that stem from when we were in our 20s and 30s, or how we approached our health, that can affect it. There are a lot of women who are 35 and under having problems. So what do you do? Somebody wants a baby and they end up risking that baby's health. They have a choice of how they're going to handle it. But at the same time, I never asked you to raise this kid. So at the end of the day, it's going to be me and that kid here, just us. So people have awful amounts of opinions about something that they don't have to be bothered with, but they just want to offer their say. It probably wouldn't matter if you were married to her. Yeah, you're probably right. She doesn't matter though. What matters is that precious baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I have a friend that I text just about every day, and we don't see each other all the time. I think I've seen her twice this year, but she has been very supportive, very present, and we text almost every day, just about every day. We check in on each other, and she's actually responsible for motivating me and getting me to lose 24 pounds, and I'm up to 17 inches lost. So she's been very supportive and very encouraging and just interested, like honestly and earnestly interested in what's going on. And that's a great thing. And even though she's not close enough where she could stop by, she's a wife and she's a mom. So everyone has their lives and things to do. But um, not having someone here, to stop by and say, hey, let me watch you do a couple of shots, not those shots. Oh, my verbiage has changed now. I don't miss liquor, by the way. Because once you start these shots, you cannot drink. And I cut the liquor out like some days before I started so that I wouldn't have any problems, with leftover toxins in my body. But it's just great to have her to just like bounce things off of and talk to her about. Um, those shots, though, girl, you are special beyond words. You have a dedication to this shot already. I started prepping my body a year ago. A little over a year ago. I cut back tremendously on alcohol, and I saved it for when I was going to someone's birthday party. I saved it for when I was socializing, and then my birthday came, and I was like, oh, okay. Depending on what was going on with doctors and whatnot, I would base where I was in my journey, and I would say, okay, no alcohol. And then if I could throw it in there, I would throw it in there. But yeah, I am actually very proud to say that I have been preparing my body for this baby for well over a year. And I'm very proud of myself. I actually feel like my body is ready to nurture a fetus. So it's great to feel like a mom, because someone told me, you're already making sacrifices for that baby and motherhood starts long before you're pregnant and you're doing a great job. And it's like, thank you. I feel so good to hear that. It felt so good to hear that and to have that support. Um, um, when people say things and it's encouraging, it feels great. When people recognize, and I've had mothers say to me, you're going to make a great mom. I've had people who aren't mothers to say, you're going to make a great mom. And I would miss liquor. I like a nice wine before I go to bed. I might miss that too. I might miss that soon. And I actually think about it like this. When this works, whatever drink I had last was it. So I've often thought about that too. But exchange is well worth it. There's also a wine that's non-alcoholic. That's at one point there was one on the market. It was called Frey, F-R-E. I don't know if that's still around anymore, but there's another one being talked about. I saw it online somewhere. I don't remember the name of it. That is the last drink. So I don't know. I have lots of things to look forward to than to say, oh God, I want to have a drink. But I do have friends who are breastfeeding. They're like, oh, I can't wait to have a drink. But no, I don't. My eyes feel hot, I guess, from my crying. I don't feel like these are sacrifices. I feel like these are things that I should do to get what I want. And then people look at me and they're like, Kim, you're making sacrifices already for a child that's not even here. And so I am proud of myself for that. I have always felt for a long time that once I gave my baby a nickname, which is Chipmunk, that spirit has just been with me. And I feel like that spirit has been with me for so long. People around me are calling the baby Chipmunk. Oh, so when's Chipmunk coming? Is Chipmunk here yet? So it's nothing to me to have this dream. It doesn't matter that I'm 45. It doesn't matter that this is challenging. I have a doctor, I have an RE, a reproductive endocrinologist, who really is very knowledgeable about what she's doing. She's given me every confidence. Chipmunk is a cute name. Yeah, it's not gender specific either. She's given me every confidence that she is going to get me with child. The soreness is kicking in. The bruise, I had a bruise from yesterday. The bruise is lightening up. But it feels like another one. I see another one forming. The flesh feels kind of sore, like it feels fleshy. Like in certain parts, you can tell like it's sore. It's not terrible. Tender. Actually, it is tender a bit, but I feel like when I run my fingers, a few fingers across it, I can feel the tissue thicker in certain spots. Does that make sense? Like it'll feel regular, thick, regular, thick, regular, like that. And it's like you can tell you could tell like they're healing around themselves. So by the time I'm back over here tomorrow, it'll start healing again, and then I'm right back on it. So for someone who has not started IVF and you're considering it, it's not terrible. I'm not even taking Tylenol for it. I think because I massage it a lot afterward, and I just kind of like just rub on it immediately after, and maybe just when I think about it, it's not bad. I will say this: someone said it's going to get easier. They said that wrong. Doing the injections got easier for me. Not receiving the injections and not the reaction to it, because I wasn't sore day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. And then day 4 or day 5, I went to inject myself, and it was like unfun. It was very unfun. So my honest opinion is that for someone who, like me, I was petrified of needles, and I do mean petrified. If you watch my very first injection, you'll see. It was not cute. I held the needle for like I think it was 5 or 6 minutes. And I was pinching myself for so long that when I finally gave myself the injection, I didn't feel it because my little flesh was numb. Funny, but serious, but true story. So I will say that the injections get tender and they're you're still feeling them and you're sensitive to them, but actually performing, doing the mixing, that part, it gets a little easier. It's because you're almost rehearsed. Adding in a new medication, you have to slow down because you don't want to make a mistake. I got flustered and I was in my head about something and I gave myself the wrong dosage. It didn't hurt. The process, it didn't hinder me. It didn't hurt my levels. But it just reminded me that I have to pay attention. I would love to know that this is not going to take more than 14 days, simply just because I'm excited about everything happening. But if I have to do injections longer than average, I'll do them. As long as I can get more meds, I'll do them. As long as I can swing it, I'll do it. I'm not gonna stop until I get a big fat positive, until I'm knocked up, until I'm preggers. Have you watched Gabe fix IVF videos? I don't think so. I don't know if that, I haven't. Let me add that to my subscriptions. Is that on YouTube? I'm assuming it's on YouTube. Let me pull that up so I can save it. I'm following 3 or 4 people. Gabe is her name. That does sound familiar. That sounds familiar. Yep. Gabe Babe TV. Is that the same as Gabe Babe TV? Let me look up. Let me type it how you wrote it. Gabe fix IVF. Gabe is her name. She had her baby. Yes. Gabe Babe TV. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Congratulations to her. Am I following her? Oh no, I'm not. The Gabe Fix. I just found it. I just found Gabe Babe TV, Gabe Fix. Okay, I guess it's the same. I'll subscribe. Wow, that's a gorgeous baby. Hey girl, oh my gosh. I thought you were packing and moving. When I saw Chipmunk Chronicles, I'm like, what? Who knows that? And the journey begins. That is her solo channel. She has tips on IVF. Okay, I will. Thank you. Is that a ZEI? Zelanus? I will definitely. I have subscribed and I will definitely keep up. Okay, that's a gorgeous baby. Ooh, look at her belly at 40 weeks. Oh my gosh. So I have a baby hope chest. I've got a hope chest. Oh, thank you, Jahari. I'm sorry, Aaron. Thank you so much. I have a hope chest, and it has some onesies in there. It has some picture frames in there. It's got a couple of books. One of them is What to Expect When You're Expecting, a beautiful picture frame, some pacifiers. I started that chest 8 years ago, and I just knew. So I just knew. So I started a hope chest, and I was watching a movie that said that the woman was gonna start a hope chest because she knew she wanted to have a baby. So I thought that would be a great idea for me. So over the years, I've just been adding stuff to it. And where is it? I think it's right in front of me. No, it's in my bedroom. So definitely gonna keep all of these mementos so that I can have a scrapbook, a chipmunk. I've already started the Chipmunk Chronicles. I actually have every hope and I have every positivity in me. But again, I am nervous as poo on the floor. I am, hey Sheba, I am, come here, say hey to people. I am nervous, but this one right here is my buddy. This one keeps me company. Y'all see her fancy collar. Hold on. You gotta see the flower. Bam! With the stone on the inside. She took a nap with me today. I took a nap from 8 to 8:40. I woke up just in time to do shots. But I'm very positive. I'm very everything that I should be. But every moment to moment, mood swing to mood swing, this ish is real. And there's some moments that I just have to live and sit in and be present in, because psyching myself out and pretending and faking and it's not realistic and it's not working for me. And my dog looks like that, but more white instead of brown. Oh, okay. Jahari, I know you smiling because you love dogs. I bet your dog can't wait to see the new place if she hasn't been already. I actually am able to talk myself through moments. I'm able to get through the mood swings. And right now I'm just exhausted. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And thank you, Zelanis, for all of your questions, for your support, for your cheers. I really appreciate you. It was nice having you here with me. I'm going to sign off for the night. After each shot, I treat myself. So I'm going to have some gelato. And I'm just going to relax because my body is not relaxed. And my body very much needs to be relaxed. So it's been great talking to y'all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. And next time will be great. Peace.